Hi everybody, it's Az here from Hill vs Babyface. Where we left the video yesterday, we just escorted a caravan of grummies to the foot of Kota Peak, which is another mountain in Pandaria. And we've been given 4 additional quests. We've been given 2 kill quests. We got to kill some deranged goats and some Yetis. Yawn, boring, boring, boring. We've got a collect quest where we've got to pick up some berries. And we've got another type of collect quest because we're dumping flags in feces. Now, I don't know what Blizzard's fascination with poop is, but I can absolutely say the word poop and quests have definitely gone hand in hand in this expansion so far. So I'm not going to discuss these boring quests any further. I'm going to talk about something very interesting, and this is the 4 new cutscenes which have been added to the beta servers. Now, 2 of them are the cutscenes which precede your arrival in Pandaria. And the Alliance one I thought was a little bit dull. It didn't really pull at any strings for me. I didn't particularly feel as if I was getting involved in it, or, you know, felt, ooh, Anduin's gone missing, this is exciting. It felt a little bit flat. The Horde one, wow, Garrosh was just on fire. That man was horrific. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the Garrosh storyline pans out. And they've started it off very nicely with that cutscene. Because let's face it, and I'm talking directly to you Hordes here, if Garrosh was to destroy the Alliance, then you know for a fact he wouldn't stop there. He would then systematically turn on the Horde one by one. He'd probably pick off the undead next, and then he would probably go for the, you know, the trolls or the Taurens or the goblins. But he would systematically destroy anything until all that was left is orcs, and you know it. So Alliance one, meh. Horde one, yeah, likey long time. The third of the cutscenes actually takes place just towards the end of the Pandarian starting zone. So I'm not going to say any more about that, but what I will say is I'd like to see your comments below on whether or not you would like to see me do some videos on levelling up a panda from level 1 to roughly level 12 when you actually leave the Pandarian starting area and move to a main city after you've made your decision, of course, whether to join the Horde or the Alliance. It's all very interesting stuff. So even if you don't want to, just put no, but I want to see what the swing is there. So yes or no, would you like to see me starting in the Pandarian start zone after I've got from 85 to 90? And then finally, we have the Jade Temple cutscene, and I've got a massive problem with this, and I'm sorry, but I have. The cutscene itself is fine, it's well done, it looks very interesting. You've got Admiral Taylor and General Nazgrim at loggerheads, you've got the Hosen lining up, you've got the Jinyan lining up, it's all brilliant stuff. But that's where it should have stopped. We shouldn't have seen any of the fight, we shouldn't have seen any of the actual statue coming down, or the Shah emerging, none of it. Why? Because they should have been quests. That should have been a questing experience. And I'm going to get to this a little bit later on in more detail in the video. Because there is so little so far in Mists of Pandaria that emotionally attaches you to a storyline. And it can easily be done because we are going to see it in the next couple of videos, at least, when I meet up with the Shadow Pan. And I'll discuss that a little bit later on. So I'm going to hand these quests in now, and we're going to get a very interesting quest to do at last. Yay! But, yeah, issues with that cutscene big time, because it should have been a quest line and not a cutscene by a country mile. Now then, we've been given a vehicular quest, and we've been given the reins of a deranged Yeti, and we've got to go round wiping out Hosen. This is the quest line that I referred to yesterday as the Hosen aside. And it feels a little clunky and a bit awkward to start off with. But there is a way to actually get some fluidness going, and it took me a little while to get to grips with it. What you need to do is you need to actually combine both your leap ability with your swipe ability. Because a leap alone won't kill a fully healthed Hosen, neither will a swipe. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're far enough away from the Hosen to leap into them, then swipe, and that will wipe them out straight away. So that's how you can accumulate some big kills rather quickly. Otherwise, you'll find that you're here for a long time and it will become very, very frustrating indeed. But if you are low on health, don't fret. That 4 button picks up a monkey and allows you to snack on it. So you get a monkey sandwich. I love my hosen. I love my monkeys. I don't want to eat the monkeys, but I got to eat the monkeys. So once you've got to grips with the routine of leaping and swiping, this becomes quite an enjoyable quest. In actual fact, it becomes a very enjoyable quest. And even better news is this quest line now becomes a daily. So you can return here as often as you want, because remember, there is no cap on the amount of daily quests that you can do in Mr. Pandaria, which is really good news. Bad news is, again, it drops us in a dead end. There's no linking quest from there. And some people have said, yeah, but it gives you the opportunity now to go around and explore and see if you can find quests in other areas. I'm sorry, this is not the Elder Scrolls. That role model of RPG-ness doesn't work in World of Warcraft games. It doesn't. It actually just becomes frustrating. Because if Blizzard put the effort into the quest line to make them engaging, I could understand. But because the quests are so bloody mundane, to then have to go round finding the mundane quests, oh god, no. No, that's adding injury to insult, not making it fun for exploration. So this is where I'm going to go back to the point I was making earlier about emotionally engaging quests and the Shadow Pan. Now, the very next video that we have is going to involve the Shadow Pan, and it's going to involve them for the foreseeable future. And you start off and you do some very nice quests. There are some kill quests, there are some collect quests, but the way in which they're done draws you emotionally into the storyline, and you don't mind. It's what I've been harking on about for a while now. I don't mind kill and collect quests per se, as long as they're relevant and you feel as if they have some bearing on your progression as a character or progression in the storyline. And this village is a prime example of everything that's wrong. Because you've got this Pandarian village that's right by the Great Wall, that's now been completely overrun with corruption. We've got these rage shars all over the place, which you're trying to kill and get the essences from. You've got the Taurani Minotaur creatures, which are completely consumed because of their rage, who have now been taken over by the corruption. And this should have lent for some very, very interesting quests, but what has it given us instead? Kill and collect the guys hanging around the town. So it can easily be done. Emotional and engaging storylines can easily be done in very small environments. It's Blizzard that chooses not to do them. And it's not a matter of if you get too many, then you'll lose or you'll become immune to the engaging nature of questing. I completely deny that, because when I first started in the beta and when I was waiting for my characters to copy over, I re-rolled a level 1 warlock, an undead warlock. And I got to around level 19 or so, 21, before all of my characters that I wanted were across, and I started to do my videos from there. But I loved the questing experience between those zones, because wherever I went, whether it be the Sepulchre or, you know, Taryn Mill or wherever, there was always engaging storylines and you always felt connected to the area. And this is what Pandaria really lacks. You never feel connected to your environment. And it's not because it's not mainland Azeroth. It's not because it's not Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor. It's not because of that at all. It's because the nature of the quests themselves and the way that they've been done doesn't bind you to any of it at all. You feel disconnected because the questing experience feels disconnected. And there again, there are going to be plenty of people that say, well, I don't particularly care about the questing experience. I just want to get from 85 to 90. Well, that's fine, right? And all power to you. But don't feel selfish, or don't be selfish for the people that actually do want an engaging questing experience. Because I don't want to dismiss the leveling up experience as just a means to an end. I want to have fun doing it. And just to cap it off, they give me a kill quest here for the boss, and they make it interesting. So instead of just going up to it, pulling it and killing it, I've got to put a trap on the floor, drag it into the trap. Once it's trapped, it then draws out the manifestation of the Fury. and I destroy the Malevolent Fury. And that's how I kill the boss. So that's a very interesting way of doing it. So they do, again, have the capabilities to make these quests engaging and interesting, but it's just a matter of choice not to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm coming to the end of this vid. I'm going to take us to the Shadow Pan, and that's where the video is going to start tomorrow. And there are some interesting stuff going to happen. But you're going to see exactly where we are in relation to earlier when we were fighting with the Yeti, because just to my left, there we go. There's the bottom of that hill that we're doing the quests on. So I hope you enjoyed this vid. I hope there's plenty of food for thought as well. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter and I'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. Take care everybody. Bye bye.